With 2017 coming to a close soon, it'll soon be time to look back on the releases we've had and the positives and negatives of all of them. But not just yet. There's still time to talk about upcoming releases that we can all get excited about. Some coming out this year, some quite soon, some next year. Let's talk about them. Up first, we have the new Electric Wizard, entitled Wizard Bloody Wizard. The reason I'm excited for this release is quite simple. I'm just excited to see where the doom metal legends are going to go next. I quite like Electric Wizard, and so does one of my friends. So I think we'll both be excited to see what's going to happen next, what the new album will have to offer, and pretty much where it's going to go from there. So, Lockie, if you don't know, Electric Wizard, new one. Probably one of the more obvious releases that I'll be excited about for people who know me is the new Cannibal Corpse record, Red Before Black. The reason I'm excited for the new Cannibal Corpse is pretty much the same for the new Electric Wizard. Just excited to see where they're going to go next, see what the new album has to offer, if there's going to be some memorable tracks, and if it will be a good follow-up to A Skeletal Domain, because that was a good album. You were a good album. It also comes out tomorrow! Doom Decimation by Procession is also due to be released tomorrow. It'll be the third album by the Chilean Doom group. The reason for my excitement here is because I saw the album on the Napalm Records website. Not knowing what it was, I clicked on it, had a look, and it described it as a band following the influence of Black Sabbath, Saint Vitus, and I think Candlemass. I thought, this sounds great, right up my alley. It wasn't until a bit afterwards that day that I found out it's not released yet. So I'll be excited to check it out as soon as it drops. Midnight is a killer band. Satanic Royalties was awesome, and so is No Mercy for Mayhem, which is why I'm very excited for Sweet Death and Ecstasy. I remember when I first listened to Midnight, didn't know what to expect, just started listening to Satanic Royalties and I was just hooked, blown away. Thought it was awesome, same with No Mercy for Mayhem. Once I was done with those two albums, I thought I wanted more. Naturally, I'm quite excited to hear what they're going to put out on Sweet Death and Ecstasy. I did not include the album cover here because I don't think I'd be able to get away with it. Google it at your own risk. Due next year will be the new release from the pagan folk metal band Arcona. It'll be entitled something that I cannot pronounce because I don't speak Russian. It's been 2 years since Arcona's last full-length album, which was in fact a re-recording of their first album. So the time length between this and their last, I guess, new full-length album has been 4 years, because the one before the re-recorded album came out 2014. It's been a little bit since the last Arcona release, and I'm excited for the new one. Watane's got a place on this list as well, with Trident Wolf Eclipse expected early next year. It's been 5 years since The Wild Hunt was released back in 2013, and to my knowledge, not everybody was a fan. I personally really enjoyed The Wild Hunt. I thought it was a great album, but not everyone was pleased. Looking at the length and album art of Trident Wolf Eclipse, we can probably expect a sort of return to form, something we might have heard on Casus Luciferi rather than The Wild Hunt. Up next is the only non-full-length release on this list, with the British stoner doomers known as Conan, releasing Man is Myth, early demos. The reason for excitement here is that I'm curious to hear what the band sounded like in their very early days. Conan has released a few demos before the release of their first album, Menace. I don't know if you can hear them, like if you can find them on YouTube or any other streaming service or website, but this will be a good way to be able to find them and own them as well. Max is back, and so is Igor with the Cavalier Conspiracy's new album, Psychosis. We're going back to the simple reasons here, as I'm just curious to hear what the new sound's going to be, what the album's going to sound like, what it's going to bring to the table, and if it'll be memorable. Pretty simple, once again. Hooded Menace makes the list as well, with Aswarian silhouettes unhallowed. Personally, I'm quite a fan of Hooded Menace. I like their brand of doom death metal, and I just find it really enjoyable. I'm simply excited to hear new Hooded Menace. Hope it's good. Hope it rocks. Now, I just simply can't film this video without mentioning one of the best atmospheric black metal bands ever, Summoning. Their new album, With Doom We Came, is due out pretty early next year, January 5th if I'm not mistaken. It's sure to be amazing, another continuation of the epic sound that they've had on pretty much all their albums. I'm super excited for it, and I will probably try and pick up the box set they're releasing for it. That's the CD version. There's actually two versions of the box set, a CD one and a vinyl one. Both of them I'll leave a link, just check it out if you want. And last but certainly not least on this list is the new Morbid Angel, Kingdoms Disdained. On this list, this is one of the albums that I'm most excited for. Mainly because... Do I need to say it? I mean... Come on, Illo Divinium Insanus wasn't great. Everyone says that, and it's kinda true. But I'm not here to bash Illud, I'm here to talk about Kingdoms Disdained. It's definitely gonna be good. I reckon it totally is. They're taking a better direction for this album, they've said in interviews, and I know some people are gonna be skeptical of this because David Vincent's not there, but Trey is, and I reckon it's good. I got pretty high hopes and I got a pretty good feeling for this album. That's really all I have to talk about here. On a quick side note though, Wintersorg released their new record Till Fjellsdale 2 early this year. To coincide with this release, Napalm Records issued their second album, Odermarken Son, sorry for pronunciation. They issued it on vinyl for the first time, and I was hoping they'd do something with their first album, which is called Till Fields, and nothing's come out yet. I hope they do something, but it's been a while since Till Fjellsdale 2 was released, so I'm not really expecting anything from their first album anytime soon, but it would have been super cool if Napalm Records issued something cool for Till Fields 1. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to check out these albums when they're released if you're interested, and I'll see you next time.